Hello everyone, this is DavidViadel23 and welcome to the Mandrago's Cave. Today we are going to be talking about Inktober52 and the word for this week is flight. If you have seen the news, it is a very sad day for the creative community. The Dragon Ball and Arale creator Akira Toriyama has passed away. And I wasn't expecting to do this video today. I had another idea for flight, but I think I wanna kind of not theorize, not just wanna talk a little bit about Dragon Ball, talk about this fantastic series and kind of an ode about Akira Toriyama, and because he's been very let's say very important for me in my process for creation. As you can see, One Piece is predominant in my channel, and I love manga and I love anime and I love Japanese culture and everything. I grew up with Dragon Ball before knowing about One Piece. I used to watch a lot of Dragon Ball all the time. I recently bought a box special edition of the Dragon Ball, the beginning when Goku is small, and that's the beginning of the story, and I find it beautiful as a creative. So kind of today just want to sit here, express my thoughts. Maybe every now and then I'm quiet, I don't know how it's gonna be today, but I wanna represent the concept of flight with this fantastic of flying method that Akira Toriyama managed to portray from the Japanese culture and mythology. This Kinton cloud that is basically like cumulonimbus. It has kind of a wheel of its own, and it can be you can ride on it, so you can fly on it, and this is kind of a farewell, so he has a good flight, and yeah, so I just wanted to probably draw Kinton today, something like this. I want to do it big because so the Kinton is gonna be quite big, because I may do. Akira Toriyama has created many stories, and two of the most famous, as I was saying before, are Dragon Ball and the different Dragon Balls that you have, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Kai, many Dragon Balls following the story. And Dr. Slump. Dr. Slump is as well about this little kid girl. It's a robot built by this inventor guy, and basically we have this sometimes this crossover at the beginning of the story that Goku will fly and he will exit his kind of realm of Dragon Ball, and he will end up in the Penguin Village and meets Arale, and there's an episode or two with Don together, very nice and everything. And yeah, probably today I just kind of want to do a caricature, my own interpretation of this. I'm probably gonna do. I've seen a lot of posts online of people doing homage for Akira Toriyama, and posting some Dragon Ball things, etc. But I think I wanted to draw something. I think it's important for me as a creator and as a storyteller and as a story developer and creative to kind of something that marked me so much, to kind of represent it in a way, to do like a small caricature of him probably here. And I don't want to use his design of this robot that he normally uses. I just wanna have here next to me an image of him, and I just wanna do like a simple cartoony caricature. And yeah, let's do kind of something like this. And as you can see, this is gonna be in my style as well. I don't want to try to simulate the Toriyama style or anything. I just want to do, you know, this is supposed to be him, okay? Supposed to be him like this. Now we make the hair. I'm not trying to. Sometimes when I do caricature, normally I will try to the features and the resemblance and everything. I will try to for him to be recognizable when I do a caricature. But this I want to do something more fun and more loose. And yeah, as I said at the beginning, maybe this video is a little bit different than I normally do. And yeah, but I think at the moment I need to do it. I was planning to do another thing, another design. I had already checked all the ideas I wanted to talk about today and all the story I wanted to talk about today. But seeing the latest new, I can't. No, because at some point I'm gonna want to do something like this in the channel. I want to do a Dragon Ball drawing. I have plenty of Dragon Ball drawings I've drawn in digital. The Ginju Force from Dragon Ball Z, these kind of alien guys. This is a team, very very choreographic team, and yeah, I will ping it somewhere, or I'll put it on the Instagram, or you can jump in the Instagram in the show more section and everything, and you can have a look and see, and that's it. But I have as well many Dragon Ball designs that never been out in social media, posted or anything, because you know, as well as when I started the YouTube channel quite recently, before I would say I had never drawn One Piece, because it was so important for me and so beautiful and so dear to me that I wouldn't actually dare to draw. And with Dragon Ball, I think it's kind of like a little bit like the same. I don't want to kind of parody or comedy or anything, these things that I love so much, but I decided to start the channel, and it has been very nice experience talking about One Piece, talking about the things that I like, with such passion that I have about these topics. And for Dragon Ball is the same. It's one of those things that I always wanted to have at home, but I never had, and I think it was for Christmas, more or less for Christmas holidays, I found this very nice pack. It had a poster, nice posters inside, it had a guide inside as well, and individuals I couldn't find them here, and it will always give me kind of this, it will always give me this kind of I will find one, I will find the volume 1, the volume 3, but I could never find the whole thing, and I decided to buy the pack, and it was very nice. So now what I want to do, as I said, I'm not gonna look for the exact details or anything. I just want to do caricature of them. This is supposed to be Goku flying, and we want to make his hair a little bit as well, like this. They're flying there. Everyone is posting about Dragon Ball, but I hold very dear Arale as well. I remember getting up in the morning to go to school, and we would watch at home. Dragon Ball, then in the afternoon we will watch Arale and everything, and I enjoyed so much. So I have to thank this group of guys from these mangakas from the era, you know, like Akira Toriyama, Ichiro Oda, and people like this, that they've done all these super nice stories, because together with Disney and together with Warner and together with companies like this, they create magic for me, and they made me dream. Yeah, it is very important. It is something very important and very dear for me. So this happened now. I just want to kind of you know, say thanks in my own way and do this little sketch. And I always thought that One Piece is the king, but Dragon Ball is the legend, and many of these creators come after seeing something so good like Akira Toriyama did with, for example, Dragon Ball. And obviously the Dragon Ball story, he took the reference from the Monkey King. We all know that. It's plenty of references like the monkey concept, the tail, the staff, the Nyombo and everything, and most of the things, and you know, Oolong as well, and the characters that accompany Goku at the beginning of the story are taken from reference from that story, and it is very, very nice. So yeah, I just was kind of, yeah, it's a little bit emotional, but this video, but I think I needed to do something like this. I'm just gonna do, this is Akira Toriyama, and then we have Goku sitting here at the back. Okay, we're gonna, this is the Nyombo, the staff that he has, and that's the tail. Gonna be very cartoony, very simple, and I've been adding these two characters. We have the concept for Inktober that is flight. I wanna do the flying cloud, and I think I need to add, as I've been mentioning her a lot as well here, I need to add Arale as well. There's a lot of references like the glasses, the type of body and everything. That such a characteristic style in Akira Toriyama drawing, so beautiful, and I love it. And as I said, a lot of us, a lot of people grew, learn how to draw by drawing these people, by drawing these characters and copying them, and it is beautiful. It is beautiful. Imagine, I imagine, I don't know, something that I create that in the future some people can actually value it this much, and you know, make series and make a full, you know, fan base created. That's amazing, and that it's a lot of work, and it's a dream, and I think it's amazing, and you know, I just want to kind of show a little bit of respect from my side and do a little, just a little thing here. It's gonna be them together there, and I'm gonna make Arale as well, grabbing him like this, and this symbol that it's you know, very common in Akira Toriyama drawings when Dragon Ball story, that represents the dead people. And in Dragon Ball we see, well, I guess if you're watching this you know a little bit about Akira Toriyama, you know a little bit about Dragon Ball and everything, but basically this guy created a world that when you die, you go into this afterworld. That's where he's gonna go now, and you are like a little cloud. And depending if they need you for something or not, you can pass to the other world, or kind of like in the Goku case, you kind of keep your body and you can keep training because you are gonna be needed for further development and to save the earth and everything and to save everyone. And they have this kind of crowny thingy there, and it is very funny. So I don't even think I'm gonna color this. Maybe I just wanna do this kind of pencil and maybe a little bit of, yeah, little bit of lines as well. But I think something like this it will do for me for a sketch. I'm gonna go for a delicate type of pen. We're gonna do 0.1 today, okay? And let's start probably with this side. Okay. something like this is nice. So Dragon Ball, it's the legend in my opinion, and everyone talks about it like the legend of manga. It was a big boom when it came out. It was a big boom for many generations, and we grow up with this kind of stories, and where you have the honor, the respect, the friendship, the concept of nakama, the concept of friend, the loyalty, the innocence in the character. Like Goku is very, during the whole story, he's very innocent, very humble, he's a fighter, okay, he's a fighter and he's a warrior from space that fights, and it's basically a manga and a story about fighting and about saving the world and about, you know, all these things. But you have a lot of goodness in this story, and a lot of respect for the nature, for the friendship, for the concept of adventure as well, and I respect that, and I think this is the pinnacle of fantasy, epic fantasy, and epic adventure for me, in my opinion. And as I said, for me, I love One Piece, and I can't find anything such in depth, talking about lore, talking about world building and everything, and all that drinks and has references from this master, Akira Toriyama, and they create these beautiful stories, and I love it. So today we do this little homage here. I don't know if this video is gonna be watched by many people or not. I actually don't mind much. I wanna do this as a thank you for the story, thank you for such nice moments, for all the movies, all the series, all the mangas, and all the other stories that he has done, because, you know, it made me, yeah, it made me want to do what I do at the moment, that is create my own characters and create my own stories, and I think it's beautiful, and I'm conscious that people like this, they will never realize how much good they have done to a lot of us. So I'm doing a rally at the moment, okay. Arale, that's the ears, and I'm gonna make some hairs loose. She normally wears a hat with the name Arale, but I don't want to put it today because I don't want to give it too much importance at the moment. I want to focus more in the concept of family here, okay? The concept of family and the concept of creation. When I talk about my characters and everything, I call them my kids. I don't know, probably many people, many artists do the same, and for this is the same. I see characters that he creates like they are his kids, and it is beautiful. So let's do this little drawing. A bit more like this, more smile, always in the pictures, very smiley guy, very smiley guy. I have interviews that I've seen of him, and when you buy special editions of any manga, most of them normally talk about him, or they have like a discussion with him, and he advises, or they worked for him and things like this, and I find it crazy, the amount of respect that someone can have in an industry like this, and yeah. So it's gonna be the hair. The hair is a little bit crazy. He has short hair in the pictures that I see, or I think because we are flying with the cloud, okay? And then we're gonna do like this as well, okay? It's like a little hoodie. We can make like a little hoodie like this. And then here we're gonna make as well in this side Goku looking towards him with awe, very happy. There is a very nice sentence in One Piece that can be applied for this, and it is said by Dr. Hiruluk in the Chopper Saga, in the Drum Island Saga, that a person dies when he's forgotten, and in a case that someone like Akira Toriyama, with these masterpieces of creativity and the crazy imagination to create characters like this and stories like this, that he has, it is something that we will have. I will always have it on my shelf, and I can't wait to get my hands in other volumes that I couldn't find yet. Like I don't have still Dragon Ball Z and the following, and yeah, so all those things that I want in my library, in my stories, so my, my family, my kids, and everything can see. These stories as well are atemporal. Something like Dragon Ball, something like One Piece and everything, they are atemporal. It is something that you will watch now, or you will watch, imagine if you're a young person now, like me, and in I don't know, in 10 years, whatever years you have kids of your own, you can watch it again, and it will never get old, because it's about, it's about this fantasy world that is trying to showcase the friendship and all these topics that they are always present, and I find it very important. And when I create things, I don't like to talk about current topics much, because I prefer to leave things for the imagination and create a temporal and fantasy epic like this, because as I said, it never gets old. Let's do the hand. It's little hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's grabbing him there by the clothing. He's very happy. Goku, very happy there. This is the tail, because Goku comes from another planet, the Saiyan. He's a Saiyan, and the weird characteristic that he has is that he's super strong when he's a kid, and he has this kind of mysterious tail, and he starts transforming into a beast, into a gigantic, like King Kong, gigantic monkey, and with this kind of power, the friends that he is meeting on the way, they are kind of scared about him and everything, and it makes it very interesting. If you haven't read it yet, or if you haven't watched it yet, I will recommend always. In my opinion, I enjoy much more the manga. I enjoy more the manga, because I love to see the type of drawing and the textures that they put and the expressions that they use, and obviously the animes and the cartoons are impressive, very beautiful, very nice, very nicely done. The art is amazing, but at the same time, I always enjoy more the manga, because that's what I do, that's what I like. I like to draw, so I enjoy more the manga. So I think we're gonna paint a little bit here the hair. I'll recommend you to get your hands in one of these Dragon Ball volumes and read it, and come back and drop some comments here. What do you think about the first volume and everything, because it's very beautiful and you will never regret. It is true that like everything, at some point, Dragon Ball, it becomes about fighting and fighting and fighting at some point, and For me, it's more beautiful the first, that is Dragon Ball, pure Dragon Ball, when Goku comes to this scene, and he's training to become stronger and stronger, and he's fighting all these bad guys, and there's references from Terminator, the references from ninjas, the references from everything, talking animals, magic powers, magic beans, magic cats. And it is incredible. I enjoy like a kid. I told you, for Christmas I read it recently, after some time without reading it, and I enjoyed like the first time I read it, and it is a total recommendation if you haven't watched it yet, or if you haven't watched it yet, or if you happen to come here because, I don't know, you were expecting a One Piece video, or you were expecting an Inktober video. This is Inktober video. We're actually using the flight concept. He kind of made this type of cloud that it flies, and you only can ride on top of it if you are pure of heart. If you have naughty thoughts about this, or about girls, or about this other thing, like there's Yamcha, or there's the Muten Roshi, other characters in the story, and they are a little bit more thinking about girls and all this stuff, they don't have pure thoughts, so when they try to jump on it, they will fall. Like, Bulma as well. How Bulma, she wants to find a boyfriend, she wants to find a Dragon Ball, because this whole concept of Dragon Ball is basically, you will have these magic balls. Okay, maybe we're gonna do the balls maybe here, around here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, something like that. Okay. So you have these magic balls that when you put them together, a massive dragon will appear, that it's in the logo of Dragon Ball, and then you can ask for a wish. You can wish whatever you want. It has had limitations, it has some sort of limitations, but basically you can ask whatever you want. And some people want the world domination, other want this and that. I'm not gonna tell you what other main characters want. That's entirely up to you to watch it and to discover even your own what they're gonna say. But it is very nice, because the whole story is about that. This group of guys, kids, because they are kids basically, traveling in the world, trying to find these balls, and having to fight these guys and the other guys, and it is very interesting. So I totally recommend, the series and his work, and Arale as well. If you have chance to watch Arale is more calm. She's a fighter as well. She's like a robot, super strong, and fights every now and then. But it is not as much fight as Dragon Ball. So I think we kind of have here the design of him. He's crouching a little bit there. He's happy with the wind on the face, flying. He's on this flight, and hope he has a good flight there. And yeah, I'm not gonna use color for this, like we did the other day with some of the Inktovers. I think I wanna use my grays. These grays that I have, the Lira Aqua Brush Duo, and basically I'm gonna just do some shading here. Do the glasses like this. I found interesting to do Arale as well, because I see a lot of people talking only about Dragon Ball, and there are other stories very nice that he created, like Arale and the Dragon Quest, I think it's called, and everything. You know, there's many stories that he did, and feel free to check out his work online, and if you go to your library, to your comic store and everything, and you see one of his work, Akira Toriyama work, just take it from the shelf, just a couple of pounds, couple of euros, and it is worth it. It is life changing, like One Piece, and you are gonna enjoy it like a kid. And doesn't matter how old you are gonna enjoy it like a kid, and that is for certain. So just doing a little bit of shading here on the face as well here. Like the sun is here at the back, maybe if the sun is at the back, Arale shouldn't have much on her, but yeah. Just painting some details here. When you're painting clouds, you don't need to paint the whole thing, you just need to do the intention. So we're making this intention and try to do over the line like this, some lines like this, irregular lines, and it will make the effect of puffy. With this type of aqua, like alcohol, markers and things like this, if you do a second round on top, it will give you a second tone. On top of the previous one, and that is very nice as well. Yeah, okay. The tail is supposed to be brown, so we're gonna paint the whole thing like this. Yeah, and I'm gonna paint half like it's a little bit shiny. Yeah, something like this. It's very nice. Let's add just a little bit of clouds, a little bit of background to understand that we are flying here. We already know that we are flying, but just to give plenty of clouds, the concept of flight that we wanna showcase here. Just gonna be adding some extra to give it a little bit more of puffiness here in the front. Yeah. And probably what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give a little bit of nice tone with black color. With the other day in one of the previous Inktovers, I gave some black, and it looked very nice. So for this one, how this is a special video, I'm not talking about the usual stuff, I'm not talking about One Piece in general, or I'm not talking about Inktober in general. I'm just focusing a little bit on this homage for Akira Toriyama, for his work and for his career. Yeah, let's add this a little bit. You know that I always love to use the black in the drawings, even if it is color, if it is black and white, but I wanna make like this. I don't wanna use color as such today. I'm just gonna focus in, do something like this. As I said, there is this concept in his Dragon Ball world for Akira Toriyama that you die and then you appear in the clouds. You are basically, that's why I wanted to do some clouds as well, that you portray that you are in the clouds, and what happens there is that you need to walk a road, you need to go one way, and you will arrive to an office, like you have an office job or something. So you will arrive to this office, and there's like a kind of Oni, it's like an ogre demon guy there in charge of the souls, and they will kind of check on you and let you pass or no. And these people, in theory, they are dead. They have this kind of symbol, this crown, this symbol crown on the head, like they are dead. It is very, very interesting. So some of the characters in Dragon Ball, this is not a spoiler because Dragon Ball is very old already, like it's more than 30 years old, and we all know all these characters from this series. But basically you have these characters from the series that they die every now and then they revive them and things like this, and they have fighting scenes and they will die, and they end up keeping the bodies. They end up training in God's territory, in God's planet there, in Kami's territory, and it's very funny because you have all of them with these things on the head, and they are too strong and too important for the world to die. And this is what I said about Iruluk and One Piece, Akira Toriyama and everyone, and people like this as well. They are too important to die, and they will die when they are forgotten. And in this case, that is not happening, and that is not happening, not even for a very long time. That is actually not happening. It is very, very remarkable piece of art. Art is not only the things that you see in the museums. For me, art as well is beautiful stories, beautiful movies, beautiful characters, beautiful worlds, and sometimes we get a little bit sidetracked and we understand only art as the thing that you can see on a museum, or now with video games, quality of the video games, quality of the movies and the 3D work and everything, that is another type of art as well. So we need to be open to all these things, and I know because I have experienced it that drawing has never been much regarded as a, I mean, this type of drawing, this cartoon drawing, this manga style, this comic thing concept, never been much regarded as an art around normal people, around normal people. And but if you think about it, it is all around you, and you will see it with your family, to read or to watch a piece of art done by someone else, or this series or this movie, and when you have kids, or if you have kids already, you will show this type of things. You will say, oh, I'm gonna put this cartoon to my kids, because you want them to enjoy and to have a good time and to learn from this artistic concept that it's in this case, for example, Dragon Ball. And I find it beautiful, and it's a shame that it doesn't have more. In Japan you see it, yes, in Japan you see it very well represented, and the mangakas, even if they are super overworked and they have to work very, very hard to have the work shown and to get there, to be out there and have the presence and be renowned. It is a lot of work, but you see the culture, the different culture with and the respect, and I love it. So here, this is just me talking nonsense for half an hour, I don't know, and just doing like a small ode to Akira Toriyama, because it's a special occasion, and sooner or later I was gonna talk about Dragon Ball. Why not talking about it now, and thank him on my own way, and is as well his way. When I'm happy about someone, or when I'm sad, or when I'm thinking, I will draw something, and I don't know what else to say, to be honest. Just if you wanna ask something, or know some references, or you wanna talk about Dragon Ball, or you wanna express some of your thoughts regarding the series and or the drawing and what we are talking today here, just write it in the comments. I'm gonna see it, I'm gonna reply, and feel free to chat here and an open conversation. For me, this is a very beautiful thing that I will look at it in time, and I will remember that I just took my time here just to share my opinion with all of you, and to kind of pay my respects, and it is a sad feeling, but this is life. And for me is, I'm more focused in One Piece than in Dragon Ball, and Dragon Ball I love more the beginning, and Dragon Ball when the Goku is kid, Dragon Ball Z when Goku it's a little bit older, and yeah, and that bit. So, but it hits in a weird way. I don't know how to explain it because it's been there for so long, and yeah, it is. I don't know how to explain it. It is important. It is important for me, and yeah. So we make him. We make the Akira Toriyama with a little hoodie here. Yeah, that's Goku's hand, the little hand there, grabbing him. And yeah, grabbing him, there's a little bit of texture there. I didn't want to paint the eye, but I slipped there. But it's okay. It's okay, it looks good anyway. Okay, this is this kind of kimono that he wears, and the hair. And as I was saying before, this drawing I'm taking the chance for doing the representation of flight. I hope Akira Toriyama has a good flight. And we are drawing this super fantasy concept of flight, that is the flying cloud. The flying cloud at some point gets destroyed, and Goku is really affected because it behaves like a live, like it's like a friend, and Akama more a friend, and he gets very affected. And then at some point he discovers that there is this massive cloud, and someone else that you will meet in the story when you read says, take another chunk, because they don't die, it's take another chunk, and it's everything like the same. And then yeah, he gets very comfortable all the time, and he is flying all the time with the cloud, and at some point he's kind of ordered. He says, hey, you want to train hard and everything, you can't actually go flying around with the cloud, you need to go walking, and it's actually say you need to go walking on your hands or something like this, and he does things like this all the time. But it is true that he abuses, if he's such a trainer, he abuses this flight, and he's flying up and down all the time on his own, because the other guys are not allowed to go up there. If he needs to carry someone on the cloud, he needs to go on top of him, and it's very funny. So I just wanted to make, to draw Akira Toriyama on top of it as well, so they are kind of all of them pure there. Arale is one of these characters that when Goku meets her in this kind of manga crossover that they do, she can actually write in the cloud. She's pure of heart and very honest, and she can write in the cloud. That it is very nice. But I remember him having to carry Krillin, Bulma, everyone he needs to carry on the back, because they can't actually write on their own. But yeah, I think I'm happy with the result. I think it is something that I enjoy very much today, and I'm just gonna sign here. This is DavidViadel23, DavidViadel23. This is the Mandragon's Cave. I hope you enjoyed the video and you liked the kind of, homage, present, I don't know how to say it, like this kind of paying respects to a great artist, in my opinion. And I hope you enjoyed this different type of video today. Okay, in the next one we are back to normal, and we are back to drawing characters and doing our things. Okay, thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Bye.